Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone this morning? So good, I hope. So good. I am ready to get painty with all of you. I hope that everybody has their big water. And you read my post last night that I talked about having prepped a double page spread in our art journals with watercolor ground, and then to gather your watercolors and a brush and a paint cup, and we're just gonna get busy today, but in like the most peaceful, serene kind of way. That's my good morning, Patricia. How are you this morning? So nice to see you. So, let's get started. If you are brand new here, good morning, Deb. If you are brand new here, good morning, Janet. If you are brand new here, I would like you to make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, share, comment, all the things on Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and then ask to join our private Facebook group, Stitch Along with Anne Facebook group and Anne Corbiere-Scott Design Facebook group. Both of those places you can post your own pictures. And, you know, sharing is caring, right? I ask you guys to share my videos. I want you to share your creations too. Okay, so let's get started. So yesterday I was having a horrible, anxious, anybody ever have those moments where I felt a little bit out of control. And I thought, I need to do something to get myself back together. Like I was just feeling like I just let one crazy thought lead to another crazy thought, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so then I was scrolling around on, good morning, Sue. How are you? I was scrolling around and I happened upon a post from one of my favorite Instagram people to follow. Her name is Karen Elaine Creative. I love her. Well, I love her for a million things. I love her for her creativity and her. She lives in Arizona, so that's cool. Good morning, Valerie. But I also love her creations. Like she just has such a free way of creating, and that just speaks to me. So I'll tell you anyway. So you know how my brain works, Deb. Ding 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 ding. So anyway, I follow Karen Elaine, and I happened upon one of her posts yesterday, and it was where she just over the weekend filled pages and pages and pages in her art journal by just doing tiny circles of color. So she chose all of her palettes, all of her watercolor palettes. So so she took that as a relaxation exercise and meditative, but also what she could learn. And so I was like, that sounds like something that I could use. And all my artsy pals. And so I got out my Rachel Beth watercolors, and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. And I just want to do a 2-page spread. And then if we want to do more after this, another day we can certainly do more. But today, I'm just going to take I think this is a number 4. I have a number 4 round, and I have some Rachel Beth some Rachel Beth watercolor. So this is a rose gold that I'm mixing up, and it's a shimmer. So remember, we've talked about, if it's a shimmer, you want to really work that water into the pigment, get it really activated before you start to paint with it, or it will just kind of separate. So I'm just going to start with that. And I'm just going to make a little circle up here. I'm not kidding, just a little circle. And I'm just going to be quiet and meditative about it. I'm not in a race. I'm not. Good morning, Tam. So here's the story with the hand paper clips. So when Desi was here, she watches some artsy videos on YouTube, I think, because she said, because I gave her these kind of clips to hold her art journal open, and she said, I saw somebody that had some hands, and I want some of those hands to hold my art journal open. And so I bought a pair for she and I. These I got on Etsy, I believe. And these are the Finnabar Victorian hands. They were like $10 a piece. The paper clip. They call them paper clips, but whatever. Anyway, just so you know, if you are feeling so inclined. So I'm just going to start with my circles. So that's what I want you to do. Just start with your circles. This color is called Lederhosen. And I got it from Rachel Beth because I said, do you have any, if you write to her, she's so kind. I'm telling you, she's just the loveliest. If you write to her with a request, she will look through her pans. It might take her a while, but I said, do you have an olive green? And this is what she sent me. And oh my gosh, I just love it. See that? I'm feeling like the rose gold. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to start with a set. So I have three sets actually, that I have not swatched in the package yet. Like A Midnight's Kiss. Can I tell you, I love her paints, but I love her wordplay too. That always just brings me joy. So this is what we're doing today. So this is Kissable Lips. So we'll swatch that. And then we'll swatch it in here too. There's something quite meditative about swatching. And in the end, her page looked so cool, where she, her pages and pages and pages with all of the circles of watercolor swatches. I mean, this is different than my swatch book, right? This is my swatch book, and so I have I've swatched almost all of my art supplies are swatched in here, right? Everything. There's my beam paints. There's my brushes. There's some of my Rachel Beth. Here's pens. I have do you see what I'm saying? I have lots of swatches in here, but for this exercise, I wanted to do something, I wanted to do something in our 2025 art journal that is a swatch, but it's so much more than that, right? We need to think about how it is Well, number one, it's a meditative exercise. And if you let yourself get nice and relaxed, you're going to find that you're going to learn stuff about your colors, about paints, about how you feel about shimmer versus flat, how you feel about watercolor in general, how you feel about slowing down. You know what I'm saying? Let's move this guy. This guy. How you feel about slowing down, right? Because this process, you really have to slow down. Yeah, so I'm trying something different. So I posted last night because I thought maybe more people would see my post, and I posted for today you needed a double page spread coated in watercolor ground, and then you needed to bring a paintbrush, your water cup, and your watercolors, and we were going to do this double page spread in our art journal. Tam, you can use whatever paints you have. It doesn't have anything to really do with the colors. It's all about the exercise. And we're supposed to be calming down, Tam. Because remember I said I had well, maybe you weren't here for that. I had a little anxious moment last night. And so I told myself that I needed this exercise that I saw Karen Elaine do. And I thought, you know what? That's a perfect pop-in paint party exercise. So we're just going to keep painting circles. Just tiny circles, tiny dots. And these are, and remember we talked about, hey Michelle, well, it's easy to do. You might just coat your pages in watercolor ground now. It doesn't take long for it to dry. Or you could dry it with your heat gun. I do that when I'm feeling impatient. Good morning, Renata. So we're doing this exercise. We're just taking a few pages in our, and Michelle, here's the thing. They totally do, don't they, Michelle? They totally do. I love the selvage. So I save a bunch of selvages that I sew together. I'm going to make something out of that someday. There we go. Oh, you know what? I didn't finish this. I told myself I was going to finish this. Midnight Countdown. She names her colors the coolest names. Magnetic Spark. Silk Dress. That's pretty. That's a pretty green, isn't it? All of these colors are so pretty. Okay, what do I have next? Marshmallow World. I'm kind of in love with this one. Saved some last week. Saved some what, Michelle? There's that weird leg, and then I don't know exactly what everybody's talking about. Everybody take a drink. Some salvage. Okay. Never mind. I got it. Okay. So now we're going to start with, this color is First Snow. That's pretty. So I'm curious what paints you're using in your art journal. We can go right there. There we go. So here's the thing. It's not in any, oh, Michelle, that's a brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea. So remember, it doesn't, these colors don't need to coordinate, nothing. We're just swatching colors in tiny circles in our art journal, right? No, nothing, there's no rhyme or reason. I think I need a clean paper towel. I'm starting to get pretty painty over here. Oh my gosh, Debbie. Oh my gosh, I'm dying for you to bring it to the retreat. I have my Beam paints too. It was a toss-up this morning. Do I want to do Beam or Rachel Beth? I'm going to do Rachel Beth first. But here's the thing. You can do this exercise a million ways with a million different paints, right? With a million different, palettes. You can do, right? You can do it over and over and over again. I love that. I love that. I love that about us. Oh my gosh, Debbie, that's so cool. Well, Michelle, I hope you'll do it. I hope you'll do it because I'm kind of loving it. I'm kind of loving it. Okay, this slaying it. I don't think I've done this one yet either. I love this one because the names are, I'm telling you, her wordplay is so fun and cool. Empire Builder. Very cool, right? Boss Babe. Inspiring Force. Ooh, that's pretty. Dream Achiever. So pretty. So now let's do circles of these. See how that's separating? Because I didn't work that water in well enough. It is. Oh, that's a great idea, Valerie. A picture of her palette. I would love to see it too. Because I'm impatient. I can't wait 2 weeks. Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea, Renata. I know I'm usually not a paint waster, but I didn't want to have 75 projects that could be confusing to everybody. because my, I'm going to do this on a piece of, an individual sheet of watercolor paper. I'm going to do another page of the swatches, but I thought that might be a little overwhelming to everybody because, do you remember, this was a started in 2024 project, but we will finish it in 2025. Okay, so I have these painted papers. Do you remember? We painted these papers during last year's pop-in paint party, but I wanted to have one more. So I'm gonna do a sheet of watercolor paper, and I'm going to do the swatch chart as my 5th paper for this project, and then we'll do that. Together in Pop-In Paint Party at a later date. I know, I love all of her sample. Look at all. I've been ordering from her for years, so look at all of the sample dots, all of the dot cards I have of all of her. Oh my gosh, she sends them, and I'm just, oh my gosh, I'm just mad for them. I even saved the little pieces of washi that she wraps them in, and I put them, sometimes I, because I'm a freak, so I used them right here, because those were dot cards. And sometimes you could find a dot card and you love it. Like rose gold, I totally ask for an individual pan of that because I'm just in love with it. Okay, so what did I do so far of this? I think I just did the Dream Achiever. I think that's the first one I did. So I'm just going to take a little more time working that water in. This is Inspiring Force. Look how pretty that is. Empire Builder. So pretty. This is Boss Babe. So pretty. So I'm going to set that aside. To dry. And now I have 3 more sets up here. I'm going to start to activate. Remember, it doesn't, there's no rhyme or reason about the pattern of colors. We just want, oh, I got that wet. We just want dots and dots and dots. Remember, it's not about creating a pattern. It's just about the meditative process of just creating dots on the page and learning from it. Like, are you learning, like, I like shimmers better than matte colors. Are you learning how much you love your watercolors? I love my watercolors. I have so many watercolors. I do. So just as we fill our sheets, just start to think about what you're learning, like what you're finding out about yourself, number 1. What you're finding out about your watercolors. Yes, Yes, absolutely, absolutely, Tam. It's not about a pattern or anything like that. It's just about putting colors down. And in the end, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Everybody take a drink. Oh, thanks, Deb. I'm dying to see. Oh, and Karen Elaine, her Instagram handle is Karen Elaine Creative. And she's also a breast cancer survivor. She's just the most amazing woman. She's just the most amazing woman. Oh, look at, I can't believe I forgot to show you this. I found this little pencil sharpener. You know I love a pencil sharpener. I have so many different pencil sharpeners. But look at this pencil sharpener I found. It's from Japan, so you know their stationery stuff is out of this world. So it opens, so there's the pencil part, there's the empty part, and it just snaps together. But look how compact and little this is, perfect for travel. Or if you are a person who likes to sketch on the go, this is perfect to like just have a little pouch that you put in the car that you take with you wherever you go. I got this at a little stationery shop. Love stationery shops in Austin called Papercraft Pantry. And I love her. I love the owner. What was whose name again, Tam? What was it? Oh, Karen Elaine Creative. Karen Elaine Creative. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about my pencil sharpener because you know I love me a pencil sharpener. Okay, let's get some more paint down. I think they've activated long enough. Okay, this is the You Are My Sunshine set. It has this color Heat Wave in here. Can you tell I like it? I've used it so much. Okay. Summer Haze. And if you have a graph notebook, it kind of helps keep your circles all about the same size. That's part of the reason that I like the graph, is it helps me with my spatial relations. Like it helps me size things consistently. Okay, Heat Wave. Wait, do you see it? It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I just love this color. I have one of those little pucks in the bottom of my water cup today because I knew I was going to be cleaning my brush in between each color, and that helps tremendously. And that is Golden Rays. So pretty. Okay. Oh, look at these. Day of the Dead colors are so pretty. I don't have them in order, but it doesn't matter. So pretty. And it's doing exactly what I was hoping it would do. Just calming the crazy in my head. You know what? And you know what it was? I let somebody into my head yesterday. Anybody else guilty of this? I let somebody into my head, and I know better. I know better. But I did. And it had the exact effect that I feared. Like, I just let them in my head, and then they live there for a while. And oh, lip balm. And it took me a while to kick them out last night. And they kept trying to come back in. That's my brain telling me that. And so I knew I needed this exercise today. I knew I needed something to just calm my spirit, you know. And I work really hard to not let other people live in my head, but sometimes it just happens. So then, as I was scrolling around and I found Karen Elaine's post, I also found this story on NPR, and it was just so fascinating. And isn't it weird how, I mean, we've had this conversation before about when when you're kind of needing something, somehow the universe kind of makes it appear. That's what happened to me yesterday. So dig this. So I'm feeling this kind of way, you know, and then I'm scrolling through Instagram because, you know, that's the healthy thing to do. Whatever. Anyway, as I was scrolling, I found this article, and it was all about people pleasing, and that contrary to popular belief, people pleasing, people think that only doormats are people pleasers, but that's not necessarily the case. That oftentimes perfectionists are people pleasers too. Weird, but true, right? Anyway, so I was reading the article because I was like, because part of the issue was I let that person get in my head, and I let them, you know, kind of dictate how I was thinking, because like somehow I thought that their thought was better than my thought. Ugh. Anyway, I won't take you down that terrible rabbit hole. But anyway, so they had these ideas of ways to combat that, you know. So they talked about keeping notes on how many times you say yes, no, or maybe to a request. Don't judge, just observe in your day-to-day goings about. How many times do you say yes to things? How many times do you say no to things? How many times do you say maybe? In a way that, not in a way, sorry. Just to keep track, right? For like a day. And then go back and say, what type of things tend to stress you out? And what's the baggage behind the thing that stresses you out? I thought that was fascinating. The next thing they talked about was understand your bandwidth and learn to respect it. And learn to document your energy level and your calendar. So I don't know that necessarily means like write it down, but document it for you. Like, just check in with yourself. Like, what is my energy level right now? I know myself. I know I have way bigger energy and better energy early in the day. My mornings are like, that's where I go to town. Afternoons are fine. Evening is not as high. And late at night is the worst. It's the worst. I'm the worst at late at night. She talked about document your energy level and your calendar, like what's on your calendar, what's coming up, and assess your time and energy when asked to do something, right? So, one thing that I found interesting, well, it's the next thing. So, learn the difference between desire and obligation. If you're a girl, you know how crazy that can be, right? I don't know why. I don't know why it is the way it is, but it is. The desire to say yes or to make the other person feel not uncomfortable when we will sacrifice our own comfort. So stupid, but we do. Whatever. And then I thought this was an interesting little tidbit. She said, if you do things from a place of guilt or obligation, it is guaranteed to lead to resentment. Anybody else? Raise your hand if that's happened to you. Absolutely. And then she talked about, this is the one that like really was impactful for me. Before you say yes, pause. There's great power in the pause. A pause buys you a little time and helps you assess what's behind the request. Demand, is it a demand? Is it a suggestion? Right? And then this was the one that I thought was the most impactful for me, was learn the art of a soft no. A hard no is concise, clear, brief, right? Just no. A soft no is a little easier for the people pleaser, and it is it can only be 3 sentences. So it can be, thank you for asking me, that sounds great, but I don't have the bandwidth for it at this time. That's easy, right? You didn't leave any openings for somebody to talk you into something that you know you would normally say no to. Look at this beautiful green. Comedy Lounge. Isn't it pretty? I'm just in love with that. You know I love olive green. Here we go. Perfect. Anyway, that's NPR. Right, Deb? Ugh. So NPR, and the person that was interviewed is guides people in getting over people pleasing, and her name is Natalie Liu. It's an NPR Life Kit. I love NPR Life Kits. Anyway, I thought that was fascinating. Oh, I was gonna tell you that tomorrow. You guys, I'm loving these dots. They're making me so happy. Tomorrow, Jeff is making a trip to California to visit his mom, and I think I told you about his friend Damon. He grew up in Altadena, and his dad was still there. So Damon now lives in Atlanta, but his dad still lived in Altadena. And so when the fires started to come, I'm totally using it too, Michelle. A soft no. Right? I was like, oh, yes. That sounds like what I... And so I need to do... Like, for me, I was just telling Jeff this. You know, there's this world... kids don't write things down like old people write things down. That's another layer of me remembering things, as if I write it down. There's something about... And I like writing. I like writing things down. I like documenting all the things. Anyway, so when Jeff was talking to Damon on the phone, he's like, how's your dad? And he said he's okay because Damon has a brother that lives over there, but he lost his house. His house, the school Damon went, the whole neighborhood, everything is gone. And so, Jeff was like, what can I do? I'm coming to California. What can I do? What can I bring? What can I, And so he said, water bottles. He said, not for my dad, because my dad has a son who's there and helping take care of him, right? But, look at those pretties. But for the neighbors that have lived their whole lives in that neighborhood and don't have a son who can come and rescue them so they're all at a community center. And he said, Altadena is predominantly a black neighborhood. Damon is black. And he said all of their firefighters were called to help fight the Pacific Palisades fire. And so then when the fire came over the mountain in Altadena, there was nobody there to help fight that fire. And so the whole place was lost. I mean, I think that it's just a tragic it's just a tragic, horrible situation, isn't it? I mean, I'm not saying anybody to blame. I'm just saying the circumstances are what they are. So Jeff's going to Costco and loading the truck up with whatever. I don't know what he's going to take besides water. I don't know. He was thinking like toilet paper and, things that are just, necessary. But those neighbors are all, Jeff said, they're all at a community center. And so hopefully this is a fun exercise. I'm telling you, I'm just loving the serenity of it, I am going to get a massage today, and I'm telling you right this minute, I can hardly wait. Okay, what did you say, Valerie? Oh, I'm so sorry, Valerie. I know, that's just the crazy thing, isn't it? Do you stay? Do you go? Do you, it's, some I'll tell you one thing that I have learned with this exercise. Remember I told you we're going to learn stuff and we're going to get meditative and chill, right? I will tell you one thing that I have learned through this exercise is just the I'm falling in love with these colors all over again. Do you know what I mean? Right? Like I just keep dripping water on my page. I'm telling you, I just am finding myself kind of rediscovering these colors. And that's making me so happy. Right? This color is called Sky Glow, and it's so pretty. Set that aside to dry. Look at this. You guac my world. Ah, I love that. Everybody take a drink. And I was thinking when I get to the end, then I'm just going to start again. Creamy guacamole. This is nutty avocado. That. This is avocado seed. This one is tortilla chips. So cute. These are not in any particular order. I don't know. And there's an extra one in here. Who knows what that's all about? But as I'm painting them, look at how pretty they look together. I'm kind of digging that. Love that, love that, love that. This weird vanilla crumbles. And you know what's so funny? There's a lot of colors that I'm like, meh, that's not really my jam. But then when you see it all by itself, right? When you see it all by itself, you see the beauty of it. So I've done all of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 sets of Rachel Beth. But then I have I need to dump that water out. Then I have all of the samples. I think I want to do all of the samples, and then I'll start again. I know, I'm loving it too, Tam. And don't you find I am really like I can see the beauty in every color. I love that. I love that, love that, love that. Okay, this is called ground peanuts. I love that. What else do I have over here? This is Bright Rind. This is from a set called One in a Melon. And this one, oh, I don't know what it is because I already put water on it, so I can't tell you what set it's from. Oh, this is Cloves and Cinnamon from Frosted Candles. All right, so just start the activation process with all of these little testers. Believe by Perfect Storybook. Michelle, I'm really thinking about that soft no. I want to use that in my life, don't you? What's this one? Ooh, this one's pretty. Compassionate Cancer, written in the stars. And this one is Warm Brown Sugar from Frosted Candles. We had another one that was just from Frosted Candles. This is Toasted Pecans from Grateful. All right. Let's do this one. I think this might have been the first one that I started to activate. Oh, isn't it pretty? Quite peachy. Oh, and it's a shimmer. Really work that brush into that water and that pigment. So when we Yes, Michelle, absolutely. I work from home, so you know what? I have to really combat people kind of filling up my like I run a business. I have my own I work for many companies. My days are full. And it doesn't matter. Your time is your time, right? It doesn't matter if you want to use your day to watch Law and Order reruns. It doesn't matter, right? They're your days. And it's not people. It's not the people. It's me. It's me saying yes to things that I should be saying no to. A slow no. Because they don't, you know, not everybody has ill intent in their heart. Sometimes it's just me. So when we say goodbye, I'm going to pull out that sheet of watercolor paper and do my other dot sheet for that other project. And you guys are going to love that other project. It's so fun. Made with a bunch of the art papers that we've already created. Look at that purple. Look at that lavender. Isn't it something? Swear, you guys, look at it. Look at it just, and I'm just this far into our page. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Let's get that, move that paint back up there. Somehow I have a wrinkle, so it's making things move down a little bit. All right, let's see. Move these up because I still have lots of dots to move it, move it, move it. There we go. Okay, what do I have? Oh, this is called You're Rad-ish from Rooting for You. Exactly, Michelle. Exactly. This one is Moonside Blooms from The Pulse of Spring. How pretty is that? This one is Spudtacular, also from Rooting for You. This one is Black Seeds from One in a Melon. Heat Wave, You Are My Sunshine. We already did Heat Wave. Apple Gourd from Oh My Gourdness. Stop it. Trying to scoot these out of the way. To make way for even more. I hope that you are enjoying this exercise and that you are learning about your Bright Rind. I think I might already have that one. Nope. Oh, maybe so. Sweet Berry Garland. Ooh. And remember, we're filling up both pages. How amazing is that going to be? Right? Ooh, look at that. It's pretty. Let's take that washi off. Oh, this one, I love this one. Can you tell I've used it a lot? Summer Glow, Cheek to Cheek. So let's get some water on there and there. And I'm just going to just keep going. I just want to keep going and going and going. And like I said, I'm going to I need to fill this page and this page. And then I'm also going to do my sheet of watercolor paper. Cozy Velvet Pillows from Winter Lodge. So I know it's time to say goodbye, and we didn't do comfort book. We just filled the day with paint, 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 paint. But I hope that you will just continue with this exercise. And then tell me what you're thinking on Thursday. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me, you know, like how it's played out for you. You know? I'll be curious to know what you learned, what you, and how you're feeling. Are you feeling like it just lowered your stress level, like it just, was a mindful, meditative exercise? I hope that's the truth. We are capturing our watercolors. You're right, Tam. Everybody take a drink, and then we will bid each other adieu. Work on that 64 ounces. Remember to mark that in on your H2O page. And you know, let's just keep this going. Keep the chill going for a while. And then on Thursday, we'll reassess this, and then we'll do something new. I adore you all. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Oh my gosh, I feel so amazing. I hope I'm ready to turn on some music and fill the rest of these pages. I adore you. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye. See you tomorrow in Stitch Along with Anne.